Hello everyone, I am Santosh Gidwani and we are here to talk about a nearly obsolete piece of technology, the parents of the mobile phones, pagers. So what exactly are pagers? Well, a pager is a small telecommunication device that receives radio signals from the paging network. In the case of two-way pagers, radio signals may even be sent by the device as well. And what's a paging network, you ask? There are two types of paging networks. First, on site networks that use low and high powered transmitters to send local messages for in house notifications. And second, wide area networks that rely on high powered transmitters across the country for nationwide coverage. Now, let's take a look at the overtime development of pagers. Invented in 1921, pagers were used by Detroit Police Department when they successfully put a radio equipped police car into service. But the actual pager device was first patented by Al Gross in 1949. In 1959, the term pager was officially coined by Motorola. A year later, in 1960, John F. Mitchell created the first transistorized pager. By 1970s, tone and voice pagers were invented. After the tone, the pager relayed an audio message. This was a big improvement, but it wasn't until 1980s that pagers exploded into popularity and became a status symbol, as the owner was now a person important enough to be reached at a moment's notice. Even though pagers had a limited range and were used mostly in on-site situations, there were 3.2 million pager users worldwide in the early 1980s. A decade later, broad area paging became available and more than 22 million of the devices were in use. By 1994, more than 61 million were in use as pagers became popular for more personal communications as well. Pager users could send any number of messages, all using a set of numbers and asterisks. Now, Atharva will talk about development of pager technology.
Hello everyone, I'm Atharva and I'll talk about how pagers developed. Pagers were used originally to receive transmissions for the majority of the time since their invention till the 1990s, and these are only tone pagers which beeped unique codes which they received. Such tone pagers are of two types. Two tone pagers. It produces tones of different frequencies which are heard for a definite time. These two unique frequency bursts, coupled with the time for which they are heard, form a unique code. There is a range of 2.5 seconds for tone only pages to 5.3 seconds for tone and voice pages for a single code with a maximum capacity of 3,540 unique codes. 5 to 6 tone pages. These 5-6 tone paging formats use 12 separate frequency tones to represent the decimal digits. Repeat number tone R and a special tone X function. Each pager address is made up of 5 digits represented by the respective frequency tone burst, along with an optional sixth burst for multiple addressing applications. Hence the name 5-6 tone signaling. The tone bursts are sent sequentially, 33 milliseconds in duration each. A typical 5-6 tone page takes approximately 0.21 seconds to alert the pagers. POXAC. One of the most popular systems used for the one-way pagers was POXAC. It stood for Post Office Code Standardization Advisory Group, developed under the British Post Office. Their channels provide transmission rates of 512, 1200, and 2400 bits per second, the latter two being possible with Super POXAC, a system that has mostly replaced POXAC in the modern world. Two-way pagers are pagers that can transmit as well as receive messages, and hence they are also equipped with QWERTY keyboards. The first system developed for the two-way paging was the Reflex protocol developed by Motorola for the existing one-way flex system. Reflex 25 was developed many years later to provide an upgrade route to traditional one-way paging. Reflex systems support forward speeds of 1600, 3200, and 6400 bits per second, and return speeds of 800, 1600, 6400, and 9600 bits per second. Now, Alok will continue with the inner workings of the pager.
Hello, Alok here. I will continue with the inner working of the pager. To start with the inner working of the pager, this is the inner circuitry of a pager. It consists of a radio receiver, a motor, a microprocessor, a speaker, two LED lights, and a couple of batteries. In order to understand how pager work, we shall go to the working model of the pager. The working model of the pager consists of a antenna that receives a signal from the transmitter and send it to a radio receiver, which in turn send it to a processor. Now, processor is a memory, is a brain of the pager and decodes the information from the receiver and reproduce the information sent by the paging transmitter. Now, in order to reproduce the after reproducing the information, the processor actually sends the information to the memory if the information is for the same pager using CAPs, and in the same process, it also indicates the indicator to give out a signal. It can be an audible signal or an inaudible signal. Audible signal is a beeper which is done by a motor, done by the speaker, and inaudible signal is a vibration done by the motor. And there is a controller that can do a plenty of jobs, from messaging and everything like that sort, and also a USB connector that can help the pager to connect to a computer using USB cables to configure the pager. Now up to Omkar for the further things.
Okay, so I'm Omkar, and now we'll be taking a look at the operational description of the 6 basic paging elements. The first one is the paging terminal. Terminal is the paging terminal maintains subscriber pager type and service information. The terminal accepts paging requests via direct dial-up phone interface or via data entry equipment. Terminals can usually support a variety of peripherals for expanded users' capabilities. The second one is the controller. The controller is the central focal point of the system responsible for recognizing the paging terminal request and keying the transmitters in the proper paging code. The controller, depending on its sophistication, is responsible for monitoring transmitter operational performance. The third one is outbound control and paging information channel. It is the medium by which the controller information is passed on to the transmitters. The most conventional information distribution methods are radio frequency links, dedicated wire lines, or satellite links. The fourth one is the transmitter network. The paging base stations decode control information from the controller for keying in the appropriate mode. The transmitter network, in conjunction with the antenna system, converts the information from the paging terminal into modulation and RF energy for the transmission of pager receivers. The fifth one is the communication links. The communication link is primarily a feedback path from the transmitter network to the controller. This communications link is used to transfer base station status and alarm information from the transmitter network to the controller for evaluation and reporting. The sixth one is the pager. The pager is a specialized miniature radio receiver carried by the user for retrieval of information from the paging terminal. Depending on the pager and the system, the user can retrieve either an alert, a voice transmission, a numeric display transmission, or an alphanumeric display page. Here are our group members. Thank you.